Hi, and welcome back to Team Teacher. I'm Maggie, the teacher half of our Teacher Techie sibling co founder duo. And today I want to show you something that is really near and dear to my heart, which is our copy and paste functionality. Uh, I have been using AI since ChatGPT first came out. And one of the things that I just could not find a way around was the copy and paste messiness. And as an EAL teacher who was often bolding words, including inline translations, using italics, bold, headings, all of these things, bullet points to organize a document or organize a resource for students, only to then have all of that formatting disappear when I copy and paste it into a Google Doc was incredibly frustrating. And time consuming. And frustration and time are two things that we are looking to help out with. So, without further ado, let me show you our copy and paste. And big kudos to Joe for making this happen. I explained how important it was. He got it and he worked at it and he made it real for us. So, from all of the teachers out there, thank you. All right, let me get started. I'm going to start a new conversation. And what I'll do is I'm going to start a conversation and give Minerva kind of a complex prompt in hopes that she then generates something with a ton of formatting so I can show you all of the different kinds of formatting and how seamless it is to get it right into a Google Doc. So let me get her a complex prompt. Okay, so my complex prompt for Minerva is pretty long. And often when I'm doing kind of a one-shot prompt, I want to make sure that I've given her enough context that she's got the best chance of getting this on her first go. So I like to always start by telling her that I have a complex task for her if it's going to be complex. I think that this makes the AIs stop for a second and read a little bit more carefully, or at least I've found that their responses are better when I give them a little heads up that, like, this one's going to be tricky. So you need to think about it harder. And so I've told her that I need her to generate a few things. I've listed them. Each one should be its own entity. If you want a couple different specific items in the response, just make sure you let her know that you want them all separated, because sometimes she will do a great job of weaving it all together, and that might not be what you want. So the goal is, and that is something that's really important to state if you are trying to do one-shot prompting where you get a response you can use right away. Let her know what the goal is, and then she can adjust pretty effectively. So I have a vocabulary list. I asked her to give student-friendly definitions, culturally appropriate translations into Spanish, Japanese, and Russian to show off a little bit of her language skills. An instruction sheet, student-facing. Anything from the vocabulary list should be bolded. So in order to get bold in my prompt, I put two asterisks on either side of the word. So bolded in the center and then an asterisk, two asterisks on either side. I did that just to give her a little bit of extra oomph on that bolded, and to model it for her, honestly. But it's not necessarily always essential. Then I told her a bingo card so you guys can see a table and how that copies and pastes, and a reflection activity. So let's see what she gave us. We have our vocabulary list, student-friendly definitions, Spanish, Japanese, and Russian. All right, so now we've got the instruction sheet. She goes right into explaining everything. She's using bold very well. She's also bolded criteria, reflection, collaboration, skills. These are all things from the vocabulary list. Here is our bingo card. Now, I might adjust this to focus a little bit more on ATLs or criteria if that's kind of what I wanted to focus on. But for right now, this is great. And she's got some reflecting questions and has bolded the keywords from the vocabulary list. Wonderful. So let me press our little copy and paste button here. You'll get a little check mark. And I'm just going to press Command V. Nothing special, nothing fancy. And voila. And look at what we've got. Minerva has gotten all of our formatting. She's gotten bold, she's gotten the languages, she's got things in a table. Now, Minerva loves a minimalist table. I am not exactly sure why, but she does like to make the table lines 0 point. So if you prefer lines in your table, you can just move them up to a 1 point. I like lines in my table. So then she's got our instruction sheet. Also, please notice over here on the left-hand side that all of the headings show up in the document outline. All right, and so in our instruction sheet, welcome to our first activity. She has got the numbered steps, the bold is maintained, the numbers are at the appropriate level. That's true no matter how many levels deep you go, so you can have quite a detailed outline and she gets the whole thing. Please excuse my cat in the background. And here's the bingo card. Again, I'll show you that table. You can make it maybe say 1.5 or 0.5 and their reflection activity. So there is our copy and paste. I'm pretty excited about it. I hope you guys are excited about it.